So, we talked last time about this tool we use to show when a character feels stuck or uncomfortable, where we put the character in the frame of a door or in the frame of the window, or we make another character push him in a tight position. However, any tool of cinematic storytelling can hold different meanings, and what means something in this situation may mean the complete opposite in the other, depending on body language, subtext, the theme, etc. To fully understand it, do not study each tool by itself. However, observe what this tool means in the context of the scene and how it contributes to the theme of the film. In the art of cinema, each tool holds multiple meanings, but a good director combines these tools and makes their meanings all flow to the benefit of the story and theme. This is Tom. Look where Tom sits, and look where he puts his ads.
Object to company, Mr. Peabody?
Not to yours, Tom. Sit down, sit down.
You may feel he's uncomfortable, ordinary, like he doesn't dominate his surroundings, but the subtext of him being able to put his hat outside the borders says something otherwise. Like, don't judge by appearances. Tom can penetrate your border if he wanted to. And this is the side of Mr. Peabody. Tom's hat has penetrated it.
I suppose you know who's across the street?
Yeah, Harry sent word on ahead. Isn't gonna like what the town's been saying about him. And that holdup.
In contrast, nothing penetrates the side of Tom. He sits here, like a soldier, right at his border, protecting his sight, leaving no one and nothing penetrating his sight.
I'd like us to
Steak?
Yes, Mom.
Well burn.
Yeah, and some deep.
Deep dish apple pie.
Yeah.
Right, coming up.
Mighty nice girl, that Hallie. Mighty pretty.
I agree with you, sir. Just told her so.
What? Do I hear wedding bells? When can I print the story?
Don't rush me, Mr. Editor. Don't rush me.
And here he is, the bandit, Liberty Valance, enters the salon, shocking everyone. And here, Tom may be in the same size of these quiet people. He may even seem enclosed as them. However, his eyes says the opposite. And our subconscious mind remembers this foreshadowing. He may seem enclosed or stuck, but he is able to break free. Liberty Valance enters the salon. He makes everyone quiet. He penetrates this side, and he makes it his side now. And you may wanna pay a huge attention to this ball. In the meantime, Holly is stuck, frightened, invaded. So she was blocked in this very tight corner. And as she can't defend herself, she left the scene. We don't follow her where she goes, but that generates for the audience the feeling that there is a world behind the camera. There is a world behind the audience. Look at Tom's eyes. They say clearly he isn't afraid. In contrast, the sheriff of the town, the law, is frightened enough from Liberty Valance and run away.
Well, these steaks look done just right for us.
You may wanna take a closer look on the window. What do you see? You can see the reflection of Liberty Valance
You cowhands ain't
in the
no hurry
window.
to eat 'em.
He has surrounded these men on the table. Here's a shot. We have the man sitting at the table. Oh, still هو. God damn. أقلام أتى أجلها في حبر بلاغة يسجيل. So where were we? Here's the man sitting in the table. Right, and here's Liberty Valance. To not give the feeling that they are like cornering him, we put here his reflection of Liberty Valance at the window. He is cornering them.
Guess I'm just not very hungry.
I told you who I am. I'm Julian Slowick, and I'm the chef here. Now, who are you?
You cowhands ain't no hurry to eat, are you? Well, are you?
I guess we could do with another drink.
Look where the camera is positioned. It's a wide shot.
Well, now, that's right neighborly of you, partner.
And look now where it is. This brutal cut on the same target makes us feel this bit of inconvenience that Liberty Valance feels when he sees Tom. Liberty is a bit uncomfortable within Tom's presence.
Especially after all the lying things I hear folks been saying about Liberty Valance.
You always play the bad guy on these shows?
Yeah, of course. I'm the heavy.
Oh, that's an old trick pulled by the networks. Now, you take Bingo Martin, for example. Okay? So,
Wait a minute.
And here is Ransom. He doesn't look like the strong type of a guy, and he comes from a different place that isn't typically a place of strong men. The kitchen,
One of mama's pies for Tom.
which is framed within this window. A bad director in this shot would have probably put the camera inside the kitchen, which will automatically ruin the whole scene because it will make this western salon, which is typically a very manly and dangerous place, looks kind of weak and small and insignificant in comparison to the kitchen. Ransom recognizes Liberty. He robbed him a couple of days ago.
Lawyer, huh? Well, I'll teach you law. Western law.
Ransom feels uncomfortable, so he is framed within the door's frame.
Looking at the new waitress.
That's my steak, Balance.
هذيك 300 ريال الكفترة ديالي يا فالنس. So this is Ransom's side. It's quiet, it's tight, it's cornered, it's uncomfortable. And this is Liberty's Valance side. It is large, unpenetrated, and comfortable. And on top of making him in a very bad, uncomfortable situation, Liberty Valance, to bully Ransom, he trespasses. And penetrates Ransom's side and kick him with his feet. So Tom stands up. He pushed back Liberty.
That's my steak, Balance.
He made Liberty's sides less large, quiet, uncomfortable, and cornered. Tom evens the situation. This side equals this side. None of these sides overwhelms the other. The lowest man in the room is Ransom. The middle are the quiet men who can't stand up for themselves. And there is the higher giants, the gods of the West, who fight each other. The good outlaw and the bad outlaw. Liberty and Tom are about the same size within the screen. They are both equal in this salon. This salon represents the Western world, full of men, full of chaos, broken law, and a lot of standoffs. And we know Liberty is uncomfortable within Tom's presence. However, as Liberty remains having the upper hand, we put another of Liberty's men on his side, while we frame Tom within another frame on his side. And this is the rule of thirds. These are the strong points of the rule of thirds. These are convenient to the eyes of the audience. Liberty stands here. Unbalanced, inconvenient, uncomfortable. He is caught off guard.
That's my stake, Balance.
You heard him, dude. Pick it up.
No. Pilgrim, hold it.
And while Liberty is still, Tom is in center frame, and he moves to appear free, which makes his delivery more powerful. Ja Liberty. Ja li ċezza.
No. Pilgrim, hold it. I said you, Balance. You pick it up.
That mustache man was blocked far behind Tom, in one hand to increase the depth of the scene, but in the other hand, it is to contrast between Tom's heavy presence and the rest of the quiet men. And that black hat is a reminder of the foreshadowing we saw earlier.
3 against 1, Donovan.
Look at Liberty. Liberty here in this shot is wider and larger, while Tom looks smaller. Maybe Liberty got an upper hand on this after all.
My boy Pompey. The kitchen door.
Nope, he doesn't. I told you there is a word behind the camera earlier. Remember this shot where Harley left? It was a setup. Now we got its payoff. We now know that she went to bring backup. These guys in the kitchen may be weak and stuck and uncomfortable, framed in this tight window. However, look at the shadow of the repeater. He penetrates his way out of the frame. You can't corner a gun now, can you? And remember the hatch. It foreshadows the subtext of a man that can't be cornered, like Tom. Holly is also stuck and uncomfortable, but actually she never cowered or left the salon as we may have thought. One of Liberty Valance's men, this guy, tries to get the stake in the place of Liberty. The subtext of this action is that he should penetrate Tom's side to get the stake. Remember this foreshadowing? Tom is a manly man right at his borders. A cowboy that will never let you penetrate his side.
I'll get it, Liberty.
I said you, Liberty.
Tom is still within this frame. However, the side of Liberty becomes empty. The situation is now balanced. No one got the upper hand.
You pick it up.
And I preferred if there were a couple of close-ups before going back to these shots, but you can't judge a masterpiece. And look at the head of Liberty Valance. The smoke, the anger. He is furious.
Nor the inclination to care for northern horses. And least of all, northern niggers!
So Ransom yells and eases the situation a bit. He is an attorney of law after all. The doors open, the tension is relieved.
Why don't you get yourself a fresh steak on me? Show's over for now.
Try it, Liberty. Just try it.
Tom is larger now, while Liberty left small.
Get out!
So, you see now that every tool in cinema has a multiple meanings. But a good director combines these tools to tell a story. What means something in this film may mean something else in the other. The Manor of Liberty Valance is about the death of the West, the death of the frontier justice in favor of civilized law. The writer and the director have all these materials in their hands: the unforgiven Wild West, the chaos of it, the absence of law, the manliness, the bullying, the killing, and there is the frontier justice, which is all about revenge and manliness and standing up for yourself, and all these traits enforces the notion of balance. The blocking, the subtext, the dialogue, everything in this scene stands in the notion of balance. If the bad guys are driving around because the law is broken, then there is the strong man who will take matter into their own hands and balance the situation back and even the tables. And if you acquire what's not yours, the table in this case, and everything in it, you will encounter someone who forces you to hand it back. Liberty enters the salon dominating. He left it dominated.
Get out!
The steak that he stole earlier, he paid for it later.
Why don't you get yourself a fresh steak on me?
Liberty penetrates other people's boundaries, so he gets his own boundaries penetrated as well. Liberty bully people. Liberty gets bullied.
You pick it up.
Do you see now that the writer and the director know exactly what they want to talk about? And they implement all the cinematic tools necessary to tell it. And there is this man, the outsider, the pilgrim, the new to this world, who doesn't fit in this Western law. He is defenseless. He is the weakest part in the chain. Not manly enough, he criticizes the Western law.
What's the matter? Everybody in this country killed crazy?
He's even walking and talking around like a ghost among them.
There! There! Now! It's picked up!
Ransom represents the civilized law that will ruin all of this. This is what differentiates between a professional director and the amateur director who shoots whoever is talking and call it a day. Now compare this to the latest Marvel movie and tell me what do you think. كان معكم سيف السينما ودرعها نصر للسينما المغربية لمحلة آت وفرج وشيك.